goat-head lady, oodle-lady, oodle-lady, that was the voice of a lonely goat-head lady, oodle-lady, oodle-loo.
Good morning from the Coco and Lefty Show, episode 15. Lefty has an interesting story to share with us today from a news article from the Red Hook Gazetteer, a weekly paper that we subscribe to so that we can keep up with news and obituaries of our former hometown.
Well, the Gazetteer's feature story today was one of I don't want to mention names, but it was K.E. of the brick house in Red Hook, in the village. He was discovered last night in Chandler Chapster's barn, having sexual intercourse with Chandler's prize sheep Molly. Keep in mind that in rural communities, interspecies affairs of the heart are commonplace. In fact, the new state legislature just voted against interspecies marriage because it could not be adequately determined that the sexual act was consensual on the part of the non-human partner. Albert C. Fritz, doctor of veterinary medicine, was called into the scene. He said that at this early stage, the sex of the offspring could not be determined, whether it would be a meep or a feep. Nevertheless, at an appropriate age, he or she will be enrolled in the Red Hook Central Preschool.
Speaking of interspecies sex, do you remember the case several years ago of the incident at the Debbie Brown horse farm?
Oh, sure, I remember that. That was when a colt named Henry attacked the stable girl and slipped her all 12 inches of his weenie. Well, the Monsignor of the local church deemed the resulting pregnancy to be a rape, and he himself terminated it with a coat hanger, a skill he had perfected as a seminarian.
An obituary of interest is that Anna Dawkins, an attorney, an advocate for the women's mental health, passed away on Monday at age 83. She died of acute paranoid schizophrenia overlaid with feelings of social inadequacy and the slashing of her wrists and left carotid artery. She is survived by her mother, Joan, age 105.
That's an old lady.
Well, Lefty, enough of this gloom and doom. Do you have something amusing for us?
Certainly. It seems that a businessman's train stopped in Zurich. He was 3 hours early for his appointment, but he discovered that his watch had stopped. Being in Zurich, he thought it would be a simple matter to replace it. Unfortunately, it was a Sunday, and all the watch stores were closed. He walked all over town until he finally found an open store, its windows filled with clocks. The proprietor, the owner of the store, was an elderly Jew, wearing a yarmulke and a prayer shawl. The businessman asked him if he had a watch for sale. The old Jew said, "Mister, I'm a MOHEL. I perform ritual circumcisions." The perplexed businessman said, "But your shop window is filled with clocks." The old MOHEL said, "Look, mister, if you were in my business, what would you put in your window?"
And that's it for today, friends. See you soon.